NCAA Softball Regionals presented by Capital One. Day one of the College Station Regional. Davis Diamond, we're ready for game number one. The Big East Tournament champions, the University of Connecticut Huskies, are in College Station to take on the number 15 seed overall, the Texas A&M Aggies. Those are two of the four teams here in College Station. Later on today, it'll be McNeese, the Southland Tournament champions, taking on Arizona State, the Big 12 Tournament champions. So three tournament champions here at Davis Diamond this weekend. And it's great to have you with us alongside the three-time All-American Madison Shipman. I'm Eric Freed, and this day began with 64 teams with that dream of winning a national championship. Of course, it's just a fraction of that who have the reality of winning a championship, but I think that fraction is really big this year.
You almost have to expect the unexpected from what we've seen during the regular season, but one thing is for sure, it all starts here. It starts in the regionals, and we have a very exciting regional between teams that are looking to bounce back from last year. We have conference players of the year. We have players that are well known for their offenses, and we also have a team that is very well known for making some noise in the postseason. So who knows what we're going to get this weekend, but one thing is for sure, we have some great bats that you're going to see between all of these teams, and it starts for the Texas A&M Aggies with Maya Perez. She is the model of consistency. She is batting over .430 this season with 17 home runs, and she is one of the toughest players to strike out. She has 52 walks and just 13 strikeouts this weekend. Power to all fields. The Aggies are looking for her to have another great weekend for them this weekend. And on the other side, it's Kat Pettis. She was the Big East Freshman of the Year last year, and she was the Big East Player of the Year this year. 29 combined home runs through her first two seasons. And Eric, we always talk about how you want to be hitting your best at the end of the season, and that's exactly what the Huskies are getting from Kat Pettis. She has 14 hits in her last 7 games, and you know UConn is really looking for her to continue that trend here in this College Station Regional.
UConn has a team on a roll. Texas A&M looking to turn the page after a one-and-done trip to the SEC tournament. Beautiful day here in Texas. We're ready for the first pitch between Texas A&M and UConn next.
NCAA Softball Regionals are presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet? And in part by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Only pay for what you need.
Back at Texas A&M, ready for game one of our day one doubleheader between the UConn Huskies, the Big East Tournament champions, and the Texas A&M Aggies, the hosts here this weekend at Davis Diamond. Beautiful warm temperatures, and stepping into the circle to get the start for the Aggies is the junior Sydney Peters.
Coach Tricia Ford talking to us earlier this week. She said one of the keys for their team this weekend is to keep the ball in the ballpark. And remember, this is a Texas A&M team that is looking to bounce back, turn the page after losing at home last season here at their home regional. And it's all going to start, in my opinion, in the circle. For Sydney Peters to go out there and to be able to set the table early, set the tone early for her team. She's going to really rely on that rise ball. That's a pitch that she likes to work at different levels, and you're going to see her consistently mix speeds. She's got a changeup. She also has an off speed, and then her go-to pitch, that strikeout pitch, is going to be the rise ball at the top of the zone.
Second team all-conference selection in the SEC. This is the lineup for UConn that she'll face. The lineup brought to you by Capital One with Savannah Ring at the top, Kat Pettis, Caitlin Breslin, and the freshman Emma Willers has just been on fire. 5 of 11 at the plate with a couple of home runs, 8 RBI in the Big East tournament.
One of those home runs was a grand slam, and you know the UConn Huskies would love to see her continue to swing that bat hard coming from the left side. And I think it's important for her coming from the left side after a couple of righties to start off this lineup for UConn.
First pitch from Peters is in there for strike one. 85 degrees and sunshine. We had overcast earlier today, but sun is out, some high clouds. Weather forecast looks good this weekend. You can see flags blowing out to left at the moment at half-staff for Peace Officer Memorial Day as it's fouled off by Savannah Ring, who's down the count 0-2. Ring is a great story. She has raised her batting average 158 points from the end of last year.
We got a chance to talk to her a little bit about that too. And you know, sometimes I have to be pulled out of the weeds when it comes to my hitting film and talking to the players.
Not just sometimes.
But it was really fun because getting to talk to Savannah just about her swing and how at times I was noticing that she would go to a double toe tap. Other times she had a high leg kick, and she looked at me and said, I don't even realize that I'm doing that. I said, well, you know what? It tells me that your body is adjusting to try to be on time for these pitches, and that's one of the reasons why her numbers have jumped up so much this year.
342 entering the NCAA tournament after hitting 184 a season ago. The senior from Wyckoff, New Jersey, 4-year fixture in the lineup for UConn. Huskies have posted their 5th straight 30-win season, making it to NCAA tournaments in back-to-back years. Goes chasing after the rise ball, can't get it. 1 down, strikeout for Peters.
That's going to be the location that UConn's going to look to try to really work to bring Sydney Peters more in the low part of the zone. You have to lay off those rise balls up at your shoulders, or when they start at the very top of the strike zone, you know that that pitch is going to continue to climb the ladder. So they're going to have to be disciplined in the low part of the zone.
Here is the Big East Player of the Year, Kat Pettis, who takes ball 1. Pettis leading the team across the board. 397, 19 home runs, 58 runs batted in. Had 4 hits in the final game of the Big East tournament. A win for the Huskies over Creighton. 1-1. As Madison mentioned, Pettis was the Rookie of the Year a season ago. Sophomore from Vestal, New York. All-tournament team selection after that 8 for 15 in Rosemont, Illinois. That's just off for a ball. It's 2-1 to Pettis. Peters getting the start here today. We'll see Sydney Lessentine, Kate Munnerlin. But Peters has emerged as the top pitcher for this Texas A&M team after spending her freshman year at Washington. Battled injury last year. She missed 2 months leading up to the NCAA tournament, made her return in the NCAA. She pitched 2 2/3 here in the College Station Regional for the Aggies. 2-2. Hits Pettis. She's aboard to get things going for UConn in the first. Been a great finish for UConn to their play in the regular season and in Big East tournament play. Their head coach is Laura Valentino in her 7th season. They've won 7 of their last 8 games. That gets them to 31-26 on the season. As I mentioned, 5 straight 30-win seasons and back-to-back Big East tournament titles, which means back-to-back NCAA tournament appearances.
First time that UConn has gone back-to-back with those tournament titles since '95 and '96.
Ball one to Caitlin Breslin, junior right fielder at 305 on the season. Made the all-tournament team in the Big East tournament after going 6 for 12 with 5 runs batted in, had a couple of doubles. It's a UConn team that can swing it. 292 now their average on the season. Tied for first in the Big East with 57 home runs, and time called by Ariel Kalalewski, the catcher for Texas A&M, to have a chat with Peters. Quick chat.
Seeing Peters kind of just fall behind a bit to these batters after she hit Kat Pettis on that 2-strike count, now falling behind in a 2-0 count to Caitlin Breslin. This is where you want to continue to attack the strike zone, because then after you get ahead is when you can expand out of the zone with that rise ball.
And there for a strike, it's 2-1 to Breslin. Second on the team in runs batted in behind Pettis with the 56 RBI. From Hopkinton, Massachusetts, ready for the 2-1. 2-2. Our conversation with Sydney Peters yesterday when talking about what's her go-to pitch. Her eyes got a little wide. She loves to get you with the rise ball. See if it comes. That's how she got Ring to start the first. Gets a second strikeout, 2 down.
I don't even think she let you finish that question when you asked that, Eric, yesterday, because she was so excited to talk about the rise ball, and you can see exactly why. This pitch has some really good late movement, so as a batter, you feel like that pitch is just going to stay about mid-thigh, even maybe go up to the belt, but then by the time you decide to swing that late movement, that late jump up in the zone, and all of a sudden that pitch is up at your shoulders.
Here's the cleanup hitter for the Huskies. It's the freshman first baseman, Emma Willers. She is the 3rd starting first baseman that the Huskies have had to go to this year. Haley Kupal was the starter in the Big East tournament, but she suffered a leg injury, so she's unavailable. And it's Willers, who was great at the Big East tournament, getting to start at first and hitting cleanup.
Really has one of those powerful left-handed swings. Coach Laura Valentino said that that was the first thing that really stood out to her the first time that she got to watch Emma Willers compete.
Fouled off by Willers, and she's down the count 1-2. All-tournament team in the Big East tournament. Her OPS in the tournament, 17-15.
Say that's pretty good when you're up there towards the number 2 in the front.
Peters brings the 1-2. Gets 3 strikeouts in the inning. The hit batter doesn't hurt Sydney Peters or Texas A&M. And the Aggies will head to the dugout, grab the bats, and come to the plate for the first time.
Well, that rise ball is jumping for Sydney Peters, and this is exactly what Texas A&M needed to start off this game. 3 strikeouts, all 3 of them coming off of the rise ball. That's the way you set the tone for the home team.
Back here at College Station, getting the start in the circle for the UConn Huskies, the freshman Caprice Bomer out of Ashburn, Virginia, in a big spot.
What a moment for Caprice Bomer, too, to be able to go out there and kind of like we were talking about for Texas A&M, for the freshman to go out there and to be able to set the tone for her team. And she's somebody, too, that moves the ball up and down throughout the zone. She's going to throw in the mid-60s, but it's that curveball. That's the pitch that she's going to throw on different levels. And even at times when she's throwing it low in the zone, it almost drops off the table a bit like a drop ball. She does have a rise ball, screwball, and a changeup that she's going to throw in there. But for her, the key is to command the strike zone. At times, even last weekend, the free passes started to pile up a bit, and if you're the freshman out there, you do not want to give any momentum over this Aggies lineup, especially with Kennedy Powell in that leadoff spot and the way that Talon Edwards has been swinging the bat this season for the Aggies.
Starting lineup brought to you by Capital One. You see the Aggies starting lineup, and it all begins with Kennedy Powell. First team all-conference selection in the SEC. Takes ball one from Bomer. Kennedy at .419 on the season, couple of home runs. She's second on the team in hitting behind Perez. 1-1. Powell was 2 for 4 against Auburn. That was the last game for Texas A&M. SEC tournament in Lexington. They lost 11-8. Pumped up on the infield. Savannah Rings got it. Powell's retired, one down. I think we both use the phrase turn the page when it comes to Texas A&M. It comes on two fronts. One, with how last year ended when they were the #1 overall seed in the tournament and they lost here in the regional round. And two, how the regular season ended and that SEC tournament when they gave up 5 home runs to a surging Auburn team. In the back, Talon Edwards needs just a moment, and it's even less than a moment. Throws off her guards, and she'll jog down the first.
Looked like this was one of those curveballs maybe that she's trying to get underneath the hands of Talon Edwards and just hangs onto it a bit too long. Got her right in the middle of the back. She looks to be okay as she hustles down that first baseline. Let's take a look. Ooh, gets her right in the 4, right on the back.
The right 4.
The right 4, yes.
Which is the wrong 4 in Talon's opinion.
She does not want either 4 to be hit.
So here is Maya Perez. We'll see how Connecticut approaches Perez. We have seen throughout the year teams be very careful with the first team all-conference selection, hitting .435, brings a 56-game on-base streak into the NCAA tournament that dates back to last year's NCAA tournament. 18 home runs, second on the team to the woman in the on-deck circle, Michaela Wark. And so far, it looks like Bomer wants nothing to do with Maya Perez.
And Eric, we talked to Coach Ford just a little bit about that turning of the page and thinking back to last season and even the way that this team ended the regular season. Remember, they ended up beating Oklahoma in game 1 of their series after it had gone into a delay, ended up losing the next 2 games in that series, and then had that loss to Auburn 11-8 in the SEC tournament. And she had said that, you know, they got punched in the mouth a little bit, but that was almost kind of a wake-up call for this team during practices this week. Maybe that's something that this team needed heading into this weekend where your entire season is on the line.
Right side, glove nicely, the flip to second for Red on the first, and the UConn defense has come to College Station. 4-6-3 double play. Savannah Ring got it started, and we've played 1 here in Texas.
We've talked about the pitching, we've talked about the offense, but how about the defense? That's going to be another X factor in this regional. Savannah Ring with the backhand 4-6-3 double play to end the inning. Laura Valentino, talk to us about how good her defense has been recently. This is a great play by Savannah Ring going up the middle with the backhand to be able to get that and flip it over to Kat Pettis over at shortstop. The quick turn back over to first base. It's those types of plays that can feel like game-changing plays. How can you shut down the other team's momentum, especially with somebody like Maya Perez up at the plate? And one way to do that is to make fantastic plays. And you know what, Eric? The double play is a pitcher's best friend, especially when you've got a freshman out there in the circle. And
the defense has really picked it up. Just one error for Connecticut in the Big East tournament. That was a 4-game Big East tournament trip for the Huskies. They came in with a .968 fielding percentage, but .990 in the Big East tournament. Scoreless as we go to the second. 5-6-7 for the UConn Huskies. And Caitlin Kibling, the senior center fielder, will lead things off. Second team all-conference selection. You can see great crowd turning out on a Friday afternoon on a beautiful May day here in College Station. 2 games today, 3 tomorrow, 1 or 2 on Sunday. And it looks like any bad weather is holding off till Monday, although it is May in Texas, so the forecast is subject to change. But confidence is high, according to our meteorology friends here in Texas.
I'm just going to say that if the weather does start to change, you know, I'm going to circle back to this moment. So I'm just going to go ahead and point over at you, Eric.
I mean, look at them out beyond the fence in the outfield. Like, they know the weather's perfect today, and it's going to be great all weekend. Never a doubt.
I'm sure they're hoping to catch a couple of home run balls today.
They might, because the breeze has kind of been shifting out towards them in center field. Feels like temperature 90, so it's warming up. Two and two to Kibling. Caitlin's got some good speed, leads the team in stolen bases. She's 7th in the country in triples with 7. She had 2 in the Big East tournament. Called strike 3. That's 4 strikeouts for Peters, 1 down.
That's the other element of those rise balls up at the top of the zone. You can almost get batters guessing that you're going to go back to this pitch. Instead, this is a rise ball that she's starting a little bit lower in the zone. So that pitch starts about at the knees, stays at the knees, and gets Kibling looking for already the 4th strikeout on the afternoon for Sydney Peters.
Strike 1 to the freshman DP, Ava Calciano. 302 on the season. 3 for 10 in the Big East tournament with a couple of doubles. Huskies got off to a slow start this season. They were 4-15 before their Big East opener against St. John's, but they have certainly turned things around under their 7th-year head coach, Laura Valentino. Last year, Huskies were sent to Baton Rouge, where they lost to Nebraska 10-2 in game 1. Hung tough with LSU before getting knocked out of the tournament 3-0 in game number 2. It was their first NCAA trip in 24 years. Now they've gone back-to-back. The 1-2.
When we talked to Coach just about the beginning part of the season and how things weren't necessarily going the way that they had wanted to, she said she actually has to give her mom a lot of credit for the message that she passed along to the team. Her mom having a background in teaching, and she said, be positive, stay positive. And that's the message and the motto that she has taken with this team throughout the rest of the season.
Fouled back and out of play. We'll do the 1-2 again. I mean, mom is usually the default setting for giving credit when things are, you know, going the wrong way and you need to turn it around. But Laura was very quick to say, my mom is so positive, and I just heard her when I was thinking about what to say to the team and then how she treated the team. And message received.
You can see smiles on all of their faces, too. I know you and I, just talking to Coach Valentino and talking to the players, we had smiles on our faces while we were talking to them as well. You can feel that positivity just radiating through the rest of the team. And if Coach is staying positive and calm and cool and collected, you know that type of mentality is going to bleed onto the rest of the team, too. They're going to feed on that energy.
2-2. Peters dials up another strikeout. That one clocked at 68 here in the building. 2 down. 7 innings live. They are back and they are ready to go. Day until night, and who knows, maybe they go into the wee hours of the morning. Chris Budden, Tori Vidalis, Tara Henry in the studio today through Sunday. Tune in all day on the ESPN app. Game number 1 was an easy win for Florida, but we have our first upset of the NCAA tournament. It did not take long. Stetson with an 8-3 win in Tallahassee over Florida State.
A couple of big home runs for Stetson in that game.
In on the hands, blooped over to Powell, and that will do it for the Huskies as Barber is retired. 1.5 done here in College Station. We're scoreless. For the home half of the second inning, 4, 5, and 6 for Texas A&M. Michaela Wark will lead things off. The team leader in home runs and RBI, second team all-conference selection. What has stood out to you, Madison Shipman, of Wark's great season?
One of the first things you're going to notice is the change in her stance. On the left is her 20-25 swing, where she's standing more straight up. Fast forward to this here, her back is almost facing the pitcher. She has a bit of a turn to her to where her left foot is more inside than her right foot. And we talked to her about that too. She is somebody that does such a good job of driving the ball the opposite way. She actually ended up backing off of the plate a little bit more to give herself the room on the inner half to be able to turn on some of those pitches. It was really interesting talking to her about it, because when I saw her stance and I saw the way that she was turning, to me it would almost make everything feel a bit more like an inside pitch. But actually, she likes to hit outside. Now, she can hit everything. We've seen her with pull power. We've seen her drive the ball the opposite direction. But the way that she stands off of the plate just a little bit gives herself some more room to be able to get her hands through on those pitches. And you can see just the jump in numbers that she's had this season at Texas A&M. And the run production, too, is what really stands out to me. And she's in such an important piece of this order, batting right behind Maya Perez, because as you mentioned, Eric, there are going to be teams that are going to pitch around Maya, that are going to say, we are not going to let her beat us. So to have somebody like Michaela to come through the way that she has this season is huge for this Texas A&M team.
2 for 3 against Auburn in the SEC tournament. One of those 2 hits, a home run on an 0-2 pitch in the bottom half of the 6th, a 3-run shot that tied the game at 8. Before Auburn went in front in the 7th on an Ava Ratliff 3-run shot. 3-1 the count to the leadoff hitter for Texas A&M here in the second. Double elimination tournament. The winner will play in game 1 tomorrow against the winner of game number 2 between McNeese and Arizona State, and Wark works a walk. So the leadoff aboard, and here is Ariel Kowalewski, sophomore catcher, at 371 on the season. Ball one from Bomer. Ariel didn't play last year after transferring over from Florida. She was in the outfield for Texas A&M, but Tricia Ford had a need behind the plate, and Ariel raised her hand and took over as a catcher for Texas A&M 20 games into the season. And you'd have to look pretty hard to find any experience for Ariel as a catcher in her career. And guess what? You'd come up with nothing, because this is it this year. Just willing to do whatever it takes. Aggies had a need, and she has delivered this season.
And being able to find your spot, not just defensively, but also what she's been able to do on the offensive side of things for Texas A&M this season, batting up over 370 with 15 doubles, 233 RBIs, so she's been producing runs, all while playing a new position.
Big cut at the 2-0, can't get it, it's 2-1. Two and two. Bomer making her 24th start of the season. That's team high. Leads the team with 126 strikeouts, now working her 134th inning of the season. Opponents hitting .248 against the freshman this year. Slapped out to left. This will get down for a base hit. Moving up to second is Wark. And the Aggies have something cooking here in the second.
It's a really good location on a pitch that's down and away from Kowalewski, but it's a great piece of hitting to be able to throw your barrel at that pitch. At times, batters might get a pitch like that and try to pull it over to the right side, but instead, she takes what the pitch gives her. It's low and away. She throws her hands down the left field line, and now there's two runners on board with nobody away.
UConn bullpen getting busy in a hurry. Just saw Jessica Walter sprint down there. First team all-conference selection in the Big East. Number 55 is going to get ready to work. She's not alone down there in the pen. Strike one to Kelsey Mathis, sophomore center fielder. Kush and Breton at the moment, but Walter's down there as well. 1-1. Mathis at .319 on the season. Came a starter at the end of last season for the Aggies. Went 5 for 15 in last year's NCAA tournament here in College Station. 2-1.
Coach Ford did even mention how Kelsey Mathis has been a big piece of the bottom half of their order. You go back to that series against OU, she had a hit in each one of those games. To be able to lengthen out your lineup offensively, too, is another piece when it comes to the postseason that you need.
3-1. Full count now to Kelsey Mathis. Big pitch from the freshman, Caprice Bomer. Ground ball, gloved by Pettis, looks for the force at third, in time. More good defense from the Huskies, one away.
Well, we already saw the defense from the right side of the infield from second baseman Savannah Ring, but now Kat Pettis over on the left side of the infield getting in on this defensive action here, dives to her left in the 5-6 hole, and she knows she is not going to have enough time to stand all the way up to her feet to get that force out at third base, throws from her knees to get the leadoff runner, and that's got to be a huge out for the freshman in the circle.
Here's KK Dement. Strike one. Huskies turn the 4-6-3 double play with Perez at the plate to end the first inning. On the 3-2 pitch, Mathis with the ground ball, gloved nicely by Pettis, who gets the force. One down for Dement. 1-1. KK 278 on the season. She's got some pop with 9 home runs. All-American as a freshman a season ago, hit 16 home runs. This is in the gap in right center field. He'll get down for extra bases all the way to the wall. Here comes Kowalewski. Here comes Allen. Texas A&M's on top, and the bubbles are flying here in the second in College Station.
It's going to be the 13th double of the season for KK Dement. A really sweet swing in a 1-1 count, so she knows that Caprice Bomer is going to try to bring something into that strike zone. She decides to go away, and the way that KK Dement keeps her foot up in the air, hangs it up in the air just a little bit longer, that's what she uses to control her timing. As soon as she puts that front foot down, you see the explosive hands going through the zone, driving that ball the opposite way and bringing in 2 runs for Texas A&M.
RBI's number 40 and 41 for KK Dement to put Texas A&M on top 2-0. And the conversation in the circle, familiar face, is the pitching coach for the University of Connecticut, Giselle Juarez-Presley. G out there for a message for her freshman, trying to calm her down as Texas A&M has jumped out to a 2-0 lead.
Somebody who knows exactly what it takes, not just in a regional, but also to go on and win a national championship. She did that with Oklahoma. Phenomenal pitcher.
So Kowalewski and Mathis score on the 2-run double by Dement. And here's Paisley Allen with 1 out. Ball 1. Sophomore left fielder was 2 for 4 with a home run against Auburn in Lexington last week. 2-0.
Paisley's been heating up really over the last month, going all the way back to middle of April. She's batting .400 over that span. A lot of her hits, too, go right back up the middle, drives it straight back towards center field.
Raised her average from 235 to 274 in the last month, April 15th to today. So maybe the bottom of the order, but some damage being done. Dement, the number 7 hitter, with the 2-run double, and Allen ahead in the count, 2-1 with Dement at second.
See the left side of the infield shaded towards the left field line.
Through the hole and into left field. Dement had to hold as it made its way to the outfield. So first and third, and Allen's got the 3rd hit of the inning for the Aggies.
Got a little bit out in front on this one. You could hear it off the bat that she got it off of the end of the bat. And we were just talking about how that defense was shaded towards the left side. Found it interesting because she's gotten so many hits back up the middle, but she hits right into the shift, and she beats the shift straight through the 5-6 hole left side of the infield, too, playing back behind third base. Diving effort by Kaylee DeMayo, and it goes all the way out into left field.
Laura Valentino coming out to talk to the plate umpire Mike Bartling. Could have a change here for UConn in the circle. Looks like Sydney Koosh making her way out to take over for UConn. The redshirt junior from Canton, Ohio, will be the 2nd pitcher used by Connecticut, as Bomer will head to the dugout. So pitching change here in the 2nd with Texas A&M on top 2-0 over the Huskies. for Caprice Bomer. The freshman goes an inning and a third. 3 hits, 2 runs at the moment. She is responsible for Dement at third and Allen at first as Sydney Kush, the junior, comes in.
Caprice Bomer didn't give up a ton of hard contact, but I felt like she kept falling behind in the at-bat, so she had to bring those pitches more over the middle. If you're Sydney Kush coming into this situation, you have to try to attack the strike zone early.
Falls behind, ball 1.
You're going to see her really like to work on the arm side of the plate, as we just saw that first pitch. Low 60s, screwball, drop ball, rise ball, changeup, and she gets a ton of ground ball out, so she's going to rely on that defense.
There goes the runner from first. The pitch gets away from the catcher, and scoring from third is Dement. 3-0 Aggies.
Looked like the offense for Texas A&M was just running a straight up first and third in that situation. Frankie Vragel showed bunt, pulled back, as Paisley Allen took off over from first base. But KK Dement realizing another ball's getting away from Heidi Barker back there. Barber, excuse me. But taking advantage of a couple of those pitches that are just skipping away far enough from Barber back behind the plate to advance another 60 feet.
Ground ball, right side, gloved by the first baseman Willers, who steps on the base for the out and just out of instinct chucked it home. She was getting some tutorials from Kupal, who was the starting first baseman, because remember, this is the 3rd first baseman used. Kaea Higa was the starter this season at first base, suffered a knee injury. Her last game was February 14th. 2 down, top of the order, here's Powell. Popped out to second her first time. Another one gets away from the catcher. Another run will score for the Aggies. 4-0. Barber struggling to track the pitches from the new pitcher for UConn, Kush. 3 passed balls here this inning.
And now Kush does like to have her pitches with a little bit of downbite at the end too, so I wonder if that's why those pitches are getting away from Heidi Barber back behind the plate. That last minute movement down in the zone. And all 3 of those pitches ricocheting off of her glove.
Bubble blowers getting a workout here in the 2nd inning for the Texas A&M fans. 4 runs in.
You know, I've seen them all season long, but I got to say, the first time I saw them today caught me a bit by surprise. I'm like, oh, I should be used to that by now.
Now, if McNeese takes on Texas A&M, McNeese on their home field, we saw a lot of bubbles flying around in Lake Charles. That's inside on Powell. It hits her. She's aboard with 2 down. Talon Edwards coming into plate. She was hit by a pitch her first time. Strike 1 to Edwards. Inning began with a walk taken by Wark. Kowalewski with a single, the first hit of the game for either team. Mathis grounded to the shortstop. Pettis got the force play, tossing to DeMeo at third to retire Wark. But Dement with the 2-run double opened the scoring. Allen followed with a single. Scored on a pass ball. I've seen 2 runs score on pass balls here in this inning for Texas A&M to go on top 4-0. Two and 1 the count to Edwards. Soft liner to right. It'll drop in for a base hit. Grabbed by Breslin. First to third goes Powell. Gets away from the shortstop, and scooting in the score is Powell. 5-0 Aggies.
Edwards was a little bit out in front on this swing, but she got long enough extension through the zone to be able to drop this one out into right field. You can see how she gets it just off of the end of the bat, but that finish there is what's going to allow her to get that base hit out to right field. But then another play in which the defense continues to be so important, whether it's receiving balls back behind the plate or getting the throws in from the relay. That missed throw allowed another Texas A&M run to come across.
It's a throwing error on the right fielder, Breslin. So 3 pass balls and now an error on the Huskies. And we mentioned before, they had just 1 error in the 4 games of the Big East tournament outside of Chicago. And they had made a couple of good defensive plays here already today. That one hurt. Fisted, just fouled by about an inch, maybe 2, off the bat of Perez. 9th to come to the plate here for the Aggies in the second. Perez grounded into a double play in the first. 1-1 from Kush. Another one out of play.
With all 3 of these foul balls that Maya is hitting this at bat, you can see her hands and how well she stays inside of the softball. Whether the pitch is inside or outside, her hands are staying inside that ball, thinking about driving the ball the opposite way.
Well, that's a painful way to extend your on-base streak, but it counts. She gets hit by a pitch a lot, but that means she has reached base in every game this year, 54 and 57 consecutive games dating back to last year.
Looked like that pitch got her right on the back thigh. They were trying to work her in underneath the hands, and it's another pitch that gets away. She looks to be okay over at first base.
Here's Michaela Warwick, who led off the inning. That's off of the pitcher. It's going to be scooped up by DeMeo at third, and everybody's safe. Bases loaded with 2 down for the Aggies. It'll be an infield hit for Michaela Warwick, who's aboard for a second time here in the second.
Looks like the infielders and Heidi Barber are going to come out just to double check on Sydney Kush out there in the circle after she took that ground ball. Looked like off of the leg. It ended up ricocheting pretty hard over to third base. I thought for a second Kaylee DeMeo was going to have a play on it, but Michaela Warwick got down the first baseline too quickly. Teammates all coming together to make sure that she's all right. See that long stride from Michaela Warwick. 1 hopper off of the right leg. That does not feel good.
Kush is ready to go. Here's Kowalewski, who singled earlier this inning and scored. The first A&M run. They've put 5 on the board here in the second. Strike 1. Well to right field. It is carrying. It is gone. Grand slam. Ariel Kowalewski. Aggies up 9-0 in the second. Someone's going to have to run down to the corner store and get more bubbles. Because they're going to run out here in the second inning. A 9-run inning for the Aggies.
The bubbles have been flowing, and the bats are red hot for the Texas A&M Aggies. Ariel Kowalewski coming up in a bases-loaded situation. You can see this is one of those pitches where Kush is trying to get this pitch at the bottom part of the zone, but instead Kowalewski is ready for it, and she smashes it over the wall. And her 8th home run of the season is a grand slam in Game 1 of the College Station Regional.
Home run number 75 on the season for Texas A&M. They enter the NCAA tournament 6th amongst SEC teams in that category. And Ariel Kowalewski hits the grand slam off of Kush, who comes out, and Bomer's going to come back on for the Huskies.
We've talked about this quite a bit with teams, not just this weekend for regional, but throughout the regular season too. How many different teams are utilizing their starting pitcher, taking them out of the game, and then re-entering them later in the game? Now for UConn in this situation, they're bringing her back in to try to shut down this A&M offense, keep the score where it is, to at least give your offense a chance to be able to come back in this game, but something that we see quite regularly during the regular season.
This one is hit deep, and it is gone! Breslin tried, hit the wall, couldn't get it. It's a solo shot for Kelsey Mathis. Back-to-back jacks for the Aggies, up 10-0.
What was it that you were just saying about the bubbles for Texas A&M? Non-stop bubbles here in this inning, and it's been non-stop runs. This is a curveball down and away from Kelsey Mathis, and she goes right after this pitch, driving it out into that right center gap. Eyes on it as she rounds first base, and she knows it. Sending it out of the yard for back-to-back home runs for Texas A&M in this inning.
Number 5 on the season for the sophomore. This is smoked and hooking foul. Hit hard by Dement, who brought in the first 2 runs of the inning with a 2-run double to right center. Off the plate, 1-1. The only way this would be scripted better for Texas A&M is if this happened in the first inning, when you think about trying to erase the memories of a year ago and erase what happened against Auburn. This is pretty good in the second inning. Foul tip. And Dement will do it again to score 10 runs and go on top 10-0.
And it really feels like this is a team that's trying not to think about last season. Now, of course, we know it's there. We all watched it when they were at home playing against Liberty, ended up losing in that regional. But talking to Michaela Work and Talon Edwards, they're trying not to think about last year because this year's team is very different. But to your point, Eric, after losing your first game of the SEC tournament, all you can do is kind of stew over that loss and what you're going to do to try to bounce back. And I think 10 runs in the bottom of the second is a pretty good way to get things going.
We know A&M could swing the bats. We've seen it here. We've seen it through the season, and we see another one lifted. This is high. It is gone. 3 in a row for the Aggies. Dement goes deep. Her 10th. 11-0.
Right on cue. More and more bubbles. That is now back-to-back home runs for Texas A&M in this inning. We saw KK Dement hit that double over towards the right side in her first at bat off of Bomer. Comes up this time. They try to work this pitch on the inner half, and she turns on it and absolutely explodes. And how about the catch out there beyond the center field wall? Reads it all the way, falls down to the glove, but make sure to show the umpires that he has that one secured in his glove. What a play out there. We did say that the fans were ready to catch some home run balls, although I did not have back-to-back home runs.
Well, 2 things. One, he read the scouting report. He was positioned perfectly. He's like, yeah, I brought my glove to the game. Yeah, can you believe it? It was hit right to me. What, I'm on TV right now?
Yeah, we are talking about you, sir, yes. Now, I feel like I can see him kind of backing up just a little bit more. Maybe he's getting a read for some of these swings, thinking that he needs to start a little bit deeper out there in center field to see if another one makes it all the way over to him.
Strike to Paisley Allen. Singled and scored earlier this inning. Down to the count, 1-2. I know, not to ruin his moment, but you prefer two hands when you're catching in the field. I know.
Yes, I will. I do think that he ran from a different position to get over to the home run ball, though. So a little bit of scouting on where he thought that that ball was going to land.
Okay. That's dropping quickly, and it'll drop in for a base hit. That is the 9th hit of the inning for Texas A&M.
Now, he didn't have his phone in his hand when he made the catch, though, if I'm remembering correctly.
I don't think so, but he can't stop taking phone calls right now. He could be calling Sports Center in Bristol saying, yeah, here's what I did. Could you consider me for an SC top 10?
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
He had to readjust his footwork,
Well, he did
too.
go down, though. We can't see, but force knocked him over. But, he came up to sell it to everybody.
He did.
He's still on the phone, by the way. His 15 minutes of softball fame aren't ending anytime soon. Gets past the catcher, Barber. Allen down the second. 1-1 the count to Vrajul.
They're probably telling him, yeah, you're still on TV.
Is the ball in his glove still, by the way?
Yes, he has the ball.
So how is he going to catch another one? Is he going to do the quick drop?
Yes, it's the phone drop,
ball drop?
Yeah, it's the phone drop, ball transfer to the throwing hand, and then frees up your glove. It's a lot happening in a short amount of time.
I just like the guy over his right shoulder. He's positioned so he can see the game a little bit better, but if somebody really gets into one, he's positioned for the 280-foot jack. 3-1 to Vrajul. Five straight hits for Texas A&M. After Perez was hit by a pitch, Wark with a single, Kowalewski grand slam, Mathis home run, Dement home run, Allen with a single. Another base runner for the Aggies as Vrajul is aboard with 2 down. First and second here in the second. Saturday night, do or die for Buffalo in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Game 6, Sabres and Canadiens. Montreal up 3-2. You can see it 8 Eastern time on ABC and also stream the game on the ESPN app. Laura Valentino back out to chat with the plate umpire, Mac Bartling. So perhaps Bomer getting set to come out of the game again. Connecticut has to have one eye on Saturday, of course. Barring a big comeback, they'd be in a must-win situation. So call to the bullpen's been made, and Amber Breton will come on for the Huskies. So as Breton gets ready, I remind you that 7 Innings Live has you covered on this opening day of the NCAA softball regionals with Chris and Tori and Tara all in studio today through Sunday, and you can catch it on the ESPN app.
Already a lot of home runs to talk about. Of course, we've seen back-to-back-to-back home runs, but as we mentioned earlier, Stetson beat Florida State. 2 home runs from the Mad Hatters in that game. Logan Foreman and Amber Chumley both with home runs to give Stetson the early lead, and they hung on to that lead the rest of the game.
First home run of the NCAA tournament came in Gainesville, though, off the bat of Taylor Shoemaker, the only home run for Florida, but easy win for the Gators. They knock off FAMU 12-zip.
Keegan Rothrock with the start in that one, and then Caitlin Oxley came in.
That's the big part of it, and that's something we talked about a moment before when we were saying, well, Texas A&M can swing the bats. The big question for the Aggies is going to be in the circle, and that's the question for all teams when you get to the NCAA tournament. How you're going to manage your pitching and how your pitching will perform under the brightest spotlight.
And there's a strategy with it, too, and you're seeing that already from UConn. Yes, you're still in the middle of this game. It's still just the bottom of the second inning, but you're thinking ahead to the next day where you're going to try to play 2 games, and then fast forward to Sunday where you play another 2 games. So you're thinking about how to use your pitching staff. And there are a lot of teams, Texas A&M included, where you have a bunch of different arms that can do different things on your staff. You want to be able to prepare your team and your pitching to be able to face a wide variety of offenses and a wide variety of different situations. You might have a spot where you have to come in quick relief, and we're seeing Amber Breton come in here, the sophomore, with 2 runners on base and 2 outs, just trying to, again, keep the score where it is and give your offense a chance.
Breton facing Kennedy Powell, who walked and scored earlier this inning. Powell, the 16th Aggie to come to the plate here in the second. Breton, the sophomore from Gorham, Maine, made 1 appearance in the Big East tournament. Soft line to the right, that'll get through for a base hit. Being sent around to score is Allen. It's another run for the Aggies. 12-0 Texas A&M.
This offense has just been relentless in this inning. We've seen the home run power and then flipping it all the way back to the top of the order for the second time in this inning. And Kennedy Powell is able to connect with that one, driving it out to right field to score Paisley Allen easily all the way from second base.
Edwards, the 17th A&M batter this inning. This is pitch number 66, thrown by UConn here in the bottom half of the second. This half inning has taken 33 minutes and counting.
I wonder, too, for Sydney Peters over there in the dugout, do you start to run down to the bullpen to get some warm-up pitches in because your offense just keeps scoring?
If you're Sydney Peters, you sit in the dugout, grab your popcorn, get a front row seat, and just enjoy the show.
She did say that she's a pitcher that likes to decompress for the first out or so, and then she wants to get right up there on the edge of the dugout to join in on the cheers for her teammates.
I think when you see 12 in the run support column,
feeling pretty good about that
that's
one.
Pretty good decompression medicine.
I would say that's a big confidence boost, too, when you get back out there into the circle, knowing that you've got a 12-run cushion.
Three and one the count to Talon Edwards, hit by a pitch in the first, singled and scored earlier in the second. Grand two. Second appearance for Amber Breton on the season. All but 2 coming in relief. Hook foul and out of play.
You can see, too, when Talon Edwards gets into her stance here, going to go into a 2-strike approach where she's going to widen out her stance just a little bit. She's similar to Michaela Work, just on the opposite side of the plate, where she's going to turn her upper body a bit towards the pitcher, trying to eliminate any extra movement by widening out her stance in this 2-strike count.
Ball 4. Edwards is aboard for the 3rd time today, and the bases are loaded for Texas A&M, and look who's coming to the plate, Maya Perez.
And you're in the spot, too, especially with the score where it is, and now you're in a bases loaded spot. You have to pitch to Maya in this situation. Although teams are typically coming into these games trying to avoid the bases loaded situation with Maya Perez up at the plate, but right now you've got to go after her. You have to try to see if you can get her to get you a ground ball out to get out of this inning.
Bounces back to the catcher Barber. No advance from third by Vrajel. Perez grounded into a double play in the first, hit by a pitch and scored earlier this inning. 12 runs on 10 hits here in the second for Texas A&M. That one hits Perez. It'll be an RBI for Maya as a run scores to make it 13-0.
Second time in this ball game that she's been hit by a pitch, and it is going to be the third at bat of the inning for Michaela Wark, stepping up to the plate. Trying to work this pitch on the inner half. Gets her right on the right elbow guard, it looks like.
Gonna have another pitching change here for Connecticut as Jessica Walter will come in. Walter Shirley will be getting the start tomorrow for Connecticut, but she'll get a little work in here. So as the fifth-year grad student gets loose, we'll take a timeout. All A&M here in Aggieland. All right, UConn today started Caprice Bomer. Jessica Walter, though, is a first-team all-conference selection in the Big East. She was the most outstanding player of the Big East tournament. She'll come on here and get some work in at the very least because it's 13-0 Texas A&M. And as Madison mentioned before, situation like this, you have not just one eye, but maybe both eyes on tomorrow in an elimination game against the loser of our next game between McNeese and Arizona State.
And Jessica Walter has pitched some really big games so far this season for UConn. She ended up pitching in that Big East championship game against Creighton, went 7 innings in that game, did give up 9 hits, but just 3 earned runs. And the key for me, just 1 free pass in that game too. And I think that's where everything started to spiral a bit out of control for UConn in today's game, where the free passes, the hit batters, it just felt like those extra pitches and those extra bases that you gave Texas A&M really elongated this inning and allowed them to have the opportunity to hit those back-to-back-to-back home runs.
Which, when you're in the underdog position of the 4 teams here in this region, the 1 seed is Texas A&M, the 4 seed is Connecticut. You've got to play error-free, perfect softball if you're going to knock off that #1 seed, you would think.
I am also a firm believer, though, that not all walks are created equal. I do think that there are opportunities and spots where you can walk, but the amount of free passes and how Caprice Bowman just kept continuing to get behind in the count, too, that's where it just, you started to feel the momentum building for Texas A&M even before they hit home runs.
Work walked and singled already here in the second inning. Good velocity from Walter to get the strikeout to retire the side. 19 Aggies went to the plate in the second inning and they scored 13 runs.
Ariel Kowalewski starting things off with the grand slam. Kelsey Mathis with a home run, and KK DeMint back-to-back-to-back home runs for Texas A&M, and they've got a huge lead.
Under veteran move, Arizona State. Next game against McNeese, when you're from Tempe, Arizona, you know to
You're used
find
to the sun,
shade.
right?
You got to find the shade.
Absolutely.
That's what they've done here as they relax before game 2. Here in College Station, they will take on McNeese. McNeese is here as well.
We saw them out beyond the right field wall, warming up a little bit earlier in the bottom half of that second inning. Both teams getting ready for the second game of today's 2-game set.
Scheduled for 3:30 Central Time, 4:30 Eastern here at Davis Diamond. 2 games today, 3 tomorrow, 1 or 2 coming on Sunday as UConn comes to the plate here in the 3rd. Kaylee DeMeo leading off for the Huskies, the junior third baseman. 263 on the season. Sydney Peters has not given up a hit. She hit a batter in the first. She has struck out 5. And she was in the dugout for 40 minutes as her teammates scored those 13 runs.
Well, and I know we talked about it, but I did not see her run down to the bullpen during that half inning either. Although, like you mentioned, it is very warm, so she's probably still loose out there.
1-2 the count to DeMeo. Popped up on the infield. Powell drifts over. She's got room. 1 down.
Nice play by Kennedy Powell over in foul territory. When you have those outs, especially those quick outs, you want to do whatever you can to come up with those plays. Advantage for her being at her home field is just knowing how much room is over there down that left field line, because there is quite a bit of foul territory over by third base, but she had that one no problem.
Number 9 hitter Bella Cruz steps in. Strike 1.
It was Bella Cruz that ended up scoring all the way from first base when you go back to that Big East championship game against Creighton. It was the Heidi Barber triple, I believe, out to right field.
Her 1-out single started that 5-run 6th inning against the Blue Jays, scoring that go-ahead run, and UConn went on to win it 8-3 in the Big East tournament in Rosemont. They knocked off Creighton game 1. They were down 3-0 in that game, 1-9-3. Run ruled Butler, lost to Creighton, and then in the winner-take-all game, they knocked off the Blue Jays to advance on to the NCAA tournament for the 2nd straight year. Down goes Cruz, strikeout number 6 for Sydney Peters. 2 down. NWSL Sunday night on ESPN2. Portland and Angel City. First kick at 6 Eastern time. You can catch it live on ESPN2 and also stream the match on the ESPN app. Top of the lineup for UConn. Here's Savannah Ring, who struck out against Peters in the first. Ball 1.
She struck out on that rise ball up towards the top of the zone, and getting a chance to talk to her. She is somebody who really embraces her role in the leadoff spot for this team. Likes to be able to see some pitches and to be able to transfer that information along to her teammates so that they can make those adjustments. We have seen Sydney Peters really utilize that rise ball on different planes to the right-handed batters, and that screwball has been a pitch that's been very effective against the lefties so far in this lineup.
1-2 the count to Savannah Ring. Hit deep to left, it's carrying, and it is gone. UConn is on the board. Savannah Ring hits her 5th home run of the season.
Softball is a game about how quickly can you make adjustments. How quickly can you learn from your first at-bat against Sydney Peters, take that information and bring it into your next at-bat? We had mentioned that she struck out on a rise ball in her last at-bat. Well, she gets another rise ball. This time she hacks at it. She goes after it. Look how level her barrel is getting to that pitch right at the top part of the zone. That's a pitch that's probably going to end up being called for a ball, but she's aggressive. She goes after it and drives it all the way out to the scoreboard for a solo shot.
That's the first ball put in fair territory by Connecticut, by the way. It was back-to-back pop-outs in foul territory to Powell, one to end the inning, and then one leading off the inning by DeMeo. The 6 strikeouts, a hit batter, but Ring left no doubt. She hit it out, and UConn's on the board.
There's a lot of bounce back from this team, too. That was something that Coach Valentino talked to us about, how her team has gotten better at bouncing back and responding. And I would say that coming back after Texas A&M put up 13 runs in the bottom of the second inning, to be able to bounce back and put up a run of your own in the top of the third speaks volumes for the fight that this team has.
Another strikeout for Sydney Peters, and it's 13-1 Texas A&M after 2.5 here in College Station.
There is nothing like the Women's College World Series.
You have the front row seat for it right here on ESPN. Women's College World Series returning to OKC starting Thursday, May 28th at noon Eastern, live on ESPN. For more information on the 2026 Women's College World Series, visit NCAA.com, the home for all NCAA championships. Madison Shipman will have a front row seat, working the studio at Devon Park.
Front row seat, bird's eye view. Cannot wait to see which teams end up there. And I know you alluded to it in the open for this game too. It just feels like it's one of those seasons where anything can happen. Any team can beat anybody on any given day, and just another reason why we're all so excited for this postseason to get going.
Kowalewski to lead things off for Texas A&M here in the home half of the third inning against Jessica Walter. Kowalewski hit the grand slam in her second at-bat of the second inning. She singled and scored her first time around in the second, as 19 came to the plate in the second inning for the Aggies. (2-0) to the Texas A&M catcher. 3-0 Jessica Walter was outstanding in the Big East tournament, as we mentioned, tournament's most outstanding player. In that final game against Creighton, she went the distance, gave up 9 hits, 3 earned runs, walked 1, struck out 1 through 106 pitches. Called a strike, it's 3-1. Part of the thinking here is, one, keep the score respectable, manageable. Of course, if it's an 8-run lead, by the time UConn has done with their at-bat in the 5th inning, ball game's over. Walter with another strike, but also get Walter a little bit of familiarity with the circle and the conditions here at Texas A&M, knowing that you're going to have to play tomorrow in a must-win game.
Totally agree, and you could see how fired up she was when she came in to face Michaela Wark. She ended up getting the strikeout, and she was visibly emotional on her way out to the dugout. She was cheering and she was trying to hype up her teammates, and sometimes that's the kind of energy that you need out there in the circle, especially when things aren't necessarily going your way. You can't look up at the scoreboard at this point. You cannot hit a 12-run home run, but what can you do? What can you control in that moment? And if you're Jessica Walter, all you can control is trying to throw strikes and try to get your team back into that dugout.
Texas A&M will get their catcher off her feet back into the dugout as Kowalewski will head off for a pinch runner. Haley Golden will run at first, and Kelsey Mathis will come to the plate. Mathis 1 for 2, home run, couple of runs scored. Strike 1. Popped up right side, trouble, long run, great catch, Savannah Ring.
There's that defense that we've already talked about a couple of times in this game. Look at how far Savannah Ring has to run to get this ball. She dives all the way out into right field. That is all-out effort. Jessica Walter loves it out there in the circle. Thought for a second she was going to get the double play, but she wasn't able to get that throw over to first base. Haley Golden got caught kind of in between on that fly ball, because I even thought for a second that that ball was going to drop out in right field, but Savannah Ring had other plans.
I think everybody except Savannah Ring thought that ball was going to drop in. We saw her make the good play to start the double play in the first, comes up with the web gem here in the third. 1-1 to KK Dement. KK hit a home run that was tracked at 242 feet. Her last time up. Two and 1, the count to the sophomore shortstop for the Aggies. Little nubber, this is going to be trouble. Pettis throws, gets away from the first baseman. Willers has to track it down. First and third for the Aggies.
Right after that great defensive play we saw by Savannah Ring on the play before, this is one of those ground balls where you just have to figure out a way to get it out. It hits right off the end of the bat of KK Dement, so this ground ball has a ton of spin. Kat Pettis decides to go with this one on the run, and because of that, that throw ends up bringing Emma Willers a bit to her left. I don't know if that throw is going to be on time, even if that ball was caught by Willers over at first base. But to me, it almost looked like Kat Pettis maybe got caught in between on whether or not to charge that ground ball, whether to field it more squared up, and because of that, this inning is going to continue.
So it scored a single and an error on the throw, which allows pinch runner Golden to advance to third. Third hit for Dement. Here's Maddie Sani pinch hitting for Paisley Allen. Sawney is a pinch hitter this year, 8 for 18 with a home run and 7 runs batted in.
And we know from talking to both Michaela Work and Talon Edwards that Maddie Sawney is somebody whose energy just lights up the room.
She is the unquestioned hype woman for this Texas A&M team. 1-2 the count to Sawney. First and third for Texas A&M with 1 down here in the third. 2-2. Freshman from Hawaii getting a chance to bat here in the NCAA tournament for the first time. So if Maddie's at the plate, the question then is who is hyping Maddie up in the dugout? Got my eyes down there. Seems to be a team effort at the moment.
I was going to say, with the amount of energy that we've heard that she brings, I'd imagine that it's going to take the entire dugout to match her energy.
A little quieter down there right now by the looks of it. Inside for a ball, the count's full. Fought off. We'll do the 3-2 again. Eighth pitch of the at-bat. We'll keep going.
Good battle here by Sawney up at the plate, and she's kind of got her back to where it's turned towards the pitcher too, similar to what we were talking about with both Work and Edwards. Same thing, she's kind of widened out a bit too in her stance in this 2-strike count, and she is just battling everything that Jessica Walter is bringing in there.
Popped up shallow right field, and it'll drop in. A run will score. Hustling into second base is Dement as Golden brings in another Texas A&M run, a 14-1. Just had the feeling that that one was trouble as Ring couldn't get there and Breslin was playing pretty deep.
This play all comes down to communication and knowing exactly where everybody is playing before that ball is put in play. We saw that Savannah Ring was playing a bit more up the middle, so to your point, Eric, she had to run a little bit further from second base. Caitlin Breslin playing back deep, knowing that Sawney has a ton of power too, but you've got to make sure somebody calls that ball, whether it's Breslin, whether it's Ring, somebody has to come up with that play. That's a couple of balls now in this inning that have not been hit hard, but have found their way on base.
One 1-0 to Frankie Vrajel. 0 for 1 with a walk. 2-0. Three and 0. Question also becomes too for UConn on a very warm day, knowing you have a game coming up tomorrow, must-win game. How long does Walter go here for the Huskies? There's a strike.
That's another piece, too, where being able to get those outs when you can continues to become more and more important. And when you're staring down a couple of games over the course of the weekend for these pitchers, being able to save each and every pitch, it might not make a huge difference in this individual game, but you think about it long-term over the weekend, and those pitches can really start to add up.
Walter battling back, now a full count. Slap to short should be 2, and they will double up Dement at second base, and that will retire the side. We will talk with the Connecticut head coach, Laura Valentino, when we return to College Station. Welcome back to the NCAA Softball Regionals presented by Capital One. Back-to-back trips to the NCAA tournament for the UConn Huskies and their head coach, Laura Valentino, who joins us right now. Laura, we told the story earlier about when things were tough for your team this season. You thought about what your mom would say and being positive. How does that help on a day like today and the start this team's had so far?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think it really carries into today, and we can either, feel sorry or we can keep fighting, right? We've done that all year. We found a way to be gritty and find a way and be Huskies. So I think that's the message right now.
Right before your offense went into the dugout, it looked like Jessica Walter grabbed everybody, kind of talked to them. What do you think the keys are for your offense to be able to put some runs up here?
Yeah, I think she's talking to them about going up there and swinging the bat at strikes, right? We're going to try to be a little more aggressive early in the count here and put some runs together.
We appreciate the time, Laura.
Hey, thank you guys. Go
Huskies.
Thank you, Coach.
That approach at the plate will come against the new pitcher for Texas A&M, the sophomore from California, Kate Munnerlyn.
We talked about the pitching strategy on the other side for UConn, but same thing here for Texas A&M, bringing in Munnerlyn, who's going to be a completely different look than what these batters saw from Sydney Peters. Obviously coming from the left side, but talking about trying to conserve those pitches, conserve the arms for your pitching staff as you head into this long weekend.
Speaking of preserving things, as you take a look at the numbers for Munnerlyn this season, change behind the plate as Grayson Coleman is the new catcher for Texas A&M. It's going to be hot this weekend here in College Station. Temps right around 90. It's going to be humid, so the feels like temperature is going to be in the low to mid 90s, so going to buy your catcher some time. Breslin starts things with a walk here in the fourth for the Huskies.
Looks like Kennedy Powell just coming over to have a quick conversation with Kate Munnerlin kind of slow things down just a little bit after giving up that free pass to Caitlin Breslin to start things off. And you've also got Emma Willers stepping up into the batter's box too, who we talked about earlier, has a ton of power coming from the left side. We got a chance to watch UConn take a little bit of batting practice before we got a chance to talk to them yesterday. And typically when you think of batting practice and when you watch batting practice, it seems like hitters are trying to take as many swings as quickly as they can during BP to get all those reps in. But I noticed that Emma Willers was taking her time in between every single pitch. She would step out, go through this exact same routine, and Coach Valentino said that it's all about trying to control her pace and control her rhythm and control that routine and try to hone that in before she stepped out onto the field today.
There's the strike from Munnerlin, 2-1 to Emma Willers.
And maybe I just speak from personal experience of trying to get as many swings in batting practice as I possibly could. Maybe I was working a bit too fast in my playing days ages ago.
If you had a chance to do it again, you'd slow things down
maybe
a little bit.
Maybe just a little bit.
Willers with a cue shot. Foul ball. Emma from Dallas. So you can imagine she was probably pretty excited on Selection Sunday when she saw the Connecticut name come up heading to College Station. Munnerlin's 2-2. Popped up on the infield, called for by the first baseman Perez. One down here in the fourth for Connecticut. I'll bring up the senior center fielder, Caitlin Kibling. Struck out her first time. 7 strikeouts in all today for Sydney Peters. This is a line shot to right, grabbed by Vrajel. Looked for the out at first, but beating it down the line was Kibling. 2 on with 1 out for Connecticut.
Really nice job by Kibling, just going after this pitch and hitting it hard out to right field. A one-hopper all the way out to Frankie Vrajel. She tried to get it in quickly to see if she could get that out over at first base, but Kibling too fast down that first baseline.
Here's Calciano with 1 down. Strike 1. Peters goes 3, gets the 7 strikeouts, gave up just the 1 hit. It was the home run off the bat of Savannah Ring.
There's that changeup out of the hand of Kate Munnerlin. That is a pitch that you are going to see a ton from her. She will throw rise ball, drop ball combo, but really likes to rely on that changeup. That is a pitch that she will throw in any count. She will throw them back to back.
Another one for Perez to handle. 2 down.
And that's why you see a lot of balls hit off of the end of the bat against Kate Munnerlin, because of the deception with that changeup too. So batters aren't able to pick that pitch up out of the hand of Kate, and they get out in front and weak contact to the infielders.
Strike 1 to Heidi Barber, who fouled out her first time. Oh, and 2. Winner of this game will play 2 o'clock Central Time on Saturday against the winner of our next game between Arizona State and McNeese. 2 teams that lose today will play an elimination game coming up 4:30 Central Time tomorrow. And then a final game of the day tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. We'll eliminate 1 more team and leave 2 teams standing for Sunday. Winner of the game tomorrow between the 2 teams that win here today, of course, in the driver's seat. That's how the format works in the regional round. Get those 2 teams that go 1-0 after day 1. You get to 2-0. You just need that 1 win on Sunday. Oh, good teamwork down here.
Oh, the fan, yes.
Be interesting to see in our next game between McNeese and Arizona State how the two teams work. They're pitching, swung out and missed. Arizona State's got some good arms, and they are rolling right now. They've won 6 in a row. Speaking of rolling, we'll talk to Trisha Ford, whose team is rolling over UConn right now, when we come back. Welcome back to the NCAA Softball Regionals presented by Capital One. It is 14-1 Texas A&M, and their head coach Trisha Ford joins us now. Trisha, I got some numbers for you. You're going to like these. That big inning, 13 runs, 10 hits. You sent 19 batters to the plate.
Yep.
That's what stands out to you most about what happened in that big 13-run inning.
Yeah, it's just about us executing our game plan. It's not about results, and that's really something that we've harped hard on this last week, of just worrying about our process and making sure that we're getting our A swings off on pitches that we're hunting.
Coach, speaking of the game plan and execution, what did you think about the start that Sydney Peters gave you guys in the circle with those 7 strikeouts?
Yeah, I mean, a great job. I think I wanted her to get her nerves out a little bit, and I thought she did. I thought she settled in really nicely, and her off speed later on in that 3rd inning, I was pleased with it.
Trisha, thanks so much for your time. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Gig'em.
Thank you, Coach.
Trisha Ford now in her 4th season as the Texas A&M head coach. Of course, Arizona State in this regional. She had great success as the head coach in Tempe at Arizona State. We'll see if those two teams go head-to-head as this weekend plays out in College Station.
They have moved out of the shade. They are now into the sun.
You've got to transition. You just can't go straight from the shade to the sun at first pitch. You got to get your work in. And they're getting some work in down there, the Sun Devils. 3:30 Central Time will be the start time for their game with McNeese. Kennedy Powell lifts a fly ball to the left fielder, Bella Cruz. She's got it. 1 down here in the 4th. I'll bring up Talon Edwards, who's been on base 3 times today, hit by a pitch in the 1st, singled and scored in the 2nd, and walked in her 2nd plate appearance of the 2nd inning. Talon gets into a pretty low crouch when she's waiting for that pitch.
We got to talk a lot about just her hitting and her stance and working with Coach Harger too, and it's amazing to me how much more aware the athletes are about the way that their body works and the way that their body wants to swing. She even mentioned to us that she's better on her back heel than she is on the front toe, and diving into it that detailed is the way that they look at their swings. And you just heard from Coach Trisha Ford. They're just trying to execute the game plan, trying to go out there and be able to swing at the right pitches.
Ground ball, gloved, and now unable to be controlled by Willers at first. And Edwards is aboard with one down here in the fourth.
Looked like Willers kind of got caught in between on that last hop. Especially when you're playing back behind the base, you can get those in-between hops where you have to decide, do you want to go up and try to get it on the short hop? Do you take a step back, especially being over at first base, and try to get it on the long hop? That mid-hop right there kind of creeps up on her. She's not able to come up with it. And Talon Edwards reaches base safely, and it looks like Coach Giselle Juarez Presley is going to come out to have a quick conversation with Jessica Walter out there in the circle.
Scored an error on Willers. That's the third error for Connecticut. Conversation in the circle for UConn. Pinch runner now for Texas A&M as Ansley Gross will run for Edwards. Maya Paris steps in, hit by a pitch twice today and grounded into a double play. Strike one from Walter. Caprice Bomer started. Sydney Kush came on in relief. Bomer re-entered. Amber Breton came on, and now Jessica Walter in the circle for Connecticut. Walter's done a great job this year as a starter and as a reliever. She has 9 saves on the season, which is good for second in Division I, behind a certain pitcher for the Nebraska Cornhuskers who's #1 in saves with 10.
That combination between Jordy Fromm and Alexis Jensen up there for Nebraska has been very, very good.
Perez lifts one to deep right. It's going, it's gone! Maya Perez, her 19th home run of the season.
Perez just has one of those swings where if you miss, she is going to make you pay. This is a pitch that is up and inside. You can see where Barber was set up. She wanted this pitch on the outer half where she had gotten a couple of strikes already in this at bat. But the way that Maya Perez keeps her hands inside of this softball to be able to drive that inside pitch out to center field is another one of the reasons why she is so consistent and she brings so much power each and every at bat. Plus, she is making all those Texas A&M fans very happy out there in center field.
All those A&M fans who brought gloves beyond the outfield wall are getting rewarded here today. 4 home runs for the Aggies. I think for Maya, that is going to feel better than her 2 previous plate appearances when she was hit by a pitch. Just a guess.
She did get an RBI on one of those, though, so it's a painful RBI, but you'll take it. You'll wear it for the team, right, to be able to stack up those runs.
55 RBI now on the season. Extended her on-base streak to 57 games, including all 54 games this year. One and 2 to Michaela Wark. Wark got that second inning started with a walk, kept it going with a single, scored a run. Ended up ending the inning with a strikeout against Walter. That was a very busy second inning for Michaela Wark. Not too often you see someone come to a plate 3 times.
I was trying to think if I had ever seen a batter come up 3 different times in the same inning. I cannot think of, I can think of batters coming up 2 times in the same inning, but not 3.
Our producer, Caitlin Urca, and she may need to correct me, is this the biggest inning, highest scoring inning in NCAA tournament play in 3 years that Texas A&M had? Those 13 runs in the second inning? Tied for second. Okay. Our research department is grinding. Oh, NCAA history. I'm being told these things in real time, you can tell. Is this another one? Is it? It is! Michaela Wark, as A&M goes back-to-back. It's another home run for the Aggies.
The bubbles are busy here in College Station. We've already seen back-to-back-to-back home runs, and how about back-to-back home runs runs now in the bottom of the fourth inning. Michaela Wark finding herself in a 2-strike count, but this is where that 2-strike approach comes in handy. You eliminate the motion, and you are just ready to react. It's a pitch that's way up in the zone, and she goes after it, gets a ton of carry on this ball. It stays fair, and another home run for Texas A&M today. 5 home runs for this offense in today's game.
Grayson Coleman batting for the first time. She came on defensively for Kowalewski last inning. So I'm trying to get all my records squared away. Brian Burnett tells me this is the most runs that a Texas A&M team has scored in an NCAA tournament game, with 17 on the board. Ground ball to third. DeMeo across the diamond, scooped out by Willers. 2 down. And when we talked to Tricia Ford, and she mentioned the word process, part of the process is no matter what the scoreboard says, if you're at the plate, you go up there and execute what we've been talking about since that Auburn loss and these last few weeks. You go execute at the plate, and if it adds on, great. We're not trying to run it up or rub it in, but you have to go up there and continue to work on what you can do if we're going to continue deep into this NCAA tournament.
A couple of things that she mentioned over and over again for these batters, and when it comes to executing the game plan, were you swinging at the right pitch and were you on time? Trying to simplify things all the way down to that point, because at that rate you're going up there and you're hunting for a certain pitch, you're hunting for a certain speed, and if you're not swinging at that pitch, then you're not going to be on time. Hitting is all about being on time, figuring out a way to try to be on time, because on the flip side, a hitter's job is to disrupt your timing. What can they do, whether it's spinning the ball in a different direction, changing speeds with change-ups and off speeds? They're trying to disrupt your timing. So as a hitter, you have to do whatever you can to try to be on time with these pitches.
Mathis lays off, and it's 2-1. Mathis reached on a fielder's choice and scored in the second. Homered later that inning, her 5th of the season, and was robbed of a hit by Savannah Ring, who made a fantastic diving play in shallow right. (17-1). 17 runs, 14 hits for the Aggies. 10 of the 14 hits coming in that second inning. Blooper to left, moving in on it, making the catch is Cruz, and that will do it for the Aggies here in the fourth. But they add 3 to their total, up 16. Last chance coming for the Huskies.
It's been all about the long ball for Texas A&M today. Maya Perez and Michaela Wark going back-to-back. 5 home runs total for this offense, and they're up 17-1.
The NCAA Softball Regionals are presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet?
We've had 5 home runs from Texas A&M. We've got happy fans beyond the fence.
We saw a great
in
catch.
left field and right.
Yeah, beyond the fence.
We just saw, yeah, the celebration was on. It's been all Texas A&M here today. Inside the fence and beyond the fence here at Davis Diamond. Game 1 of 2. It's Texas A&M 3 outs away from a win as we play here in the 5th inning. Team leading by 8 after 5. Ends the game early, so UConn's got a long way to go here. But as we've talked about before, their season is not done here today. It's a double elimination tournament, so they will reset, come back tomorrow, barring a miraculous comeback here today, and take on the loser of our next game between McNeese and Arizona State. That'll come up game 2 tomorrow here at Davis Diamond. Sun Devils and McNeese probably will start after 3:30 Central Time. Fouled off by DeMeo. It's 1-2. Sydney Peters started it. Kate Munderland followed, and Sydney Lessentine in the circle now for Texas A&M. Two and two to DeMeo.
Seen in this at bat, Sydney Lessentine really worked the glove side of the plate or outside to those right-handed batters, and that was something that I had talked to Coach Ford about, something that Sydney has really worked on this season, to be able to throw to both sides of the plate.
Little nubber thrown on to first, not going to be in time. Edwards did all she could, but just not hit hard enough, and beating it out down the line is DeMeo. She's got UConn's 3rd hit.
Talon had no other choice but to throw this one on the run, and she did exactly that. Kind of had to throw behind her too, but a nice job by DeMeo, hustling straight out of the box to beat out that infield single.
Isabella Lundquist, the freshman, will bat for the first time. Takes strike 1. So this will end a 3-game losing streak for Texas A&M. Oh, 2. But those 3 games, the most recent one was against the Auburn team surging in the SEC tournament, hitting 5 home runs.
They were hitting everything.
And before that, it was a 6-4 loss to Oklahoma and a 4-3 loss to Oklahoma. Down goes Lundquist, one down here in the 5th. Before that, they had knocked off Oklahoma 8-5.
It definitely seems like Coach Ford and this A&M team has embraced that process-oriented mindset. So yes, we can sit back and look from the outside and see 17 runs. I'm sure that Texas A&M is feeling great, and yes, they are, but they know that it doesn't just come down to this one game. They have to continue this momentum, whether it's offensively or in the circle, to be able to carry that on through the rest of this weekend.
They have one of the more intriguing teams in the country in this regional in Arizona State. Winners of the Big 12 Conference Tournament when they knocked off the number 3 seed Arizona, the number 2 seed Oklahoma State, and the number 1 seed Texas Tech. That was a 4-0 shutout in an absolute gem tossed by Kenzie Brown, who's one of the very best pitchers in the country.
One of the best strikeout pitchers in the country. Already over 230 strikeouts so far this season for Kenzie Brown. Really good 1-2 punch in the circle too. I think Mika Lupi is another pitcher for them. Throws 70 hard down in the zone. She could be another big piece for this Arizona team this weekend. And can't forget about McNeese too. We know that they have a history of causing some chaos in the postseason.
Sure do. Fouled off by Ring, who's responsible for the only Connecticut run. It was her 5th home run of the season. It came in the 3rd inning off of Sydney Peters. Skipped up there for a ball. It's 3-2. So Ring is aboard, 2 on with 1 down for Connecticut here in the 5th.
And if you're UConn, this is exactly the batter you want up in this situation. She was the Big East Freshman of the Year last year, Big East Player of the Year this year. Kat Pettis is somebody who can drive the long ball out of the park. 29 combined home runs for her in her first 2 seasons with UConn. Has a lot of power to all fields.
She shows that power here, sending it to the opposite field and a 1-hop off the wall. Runner being sent around, throw to third. Powell with a great pick at third, but the runner is safe. Jogging into second is Pettis, and UConn something to build on here in the 5th.
Right on cue, Kat Pettis drives this one a long way out to the right field wall. This is one of those curveballs that's on the outer half of the plate, and Kat Pettis is ready for it. She has that slow, methodical load with her front leg, and she drives with that back leg to get all of that power towards right field. Like you said, Eric, great pick by Kennedy Powell, but she just wasn't able to get that glove back down in time.
59th RBI to lead the team for Kat Pettis on the season, who had 4 hits in the championship game against Creighton, the final game of the Big East tournament. She's 1 for 2 today. Caitlin Breslin, who walked her last time, she's 0 for 1. 1-1.
That was a really nice slide by Savannah Ring, too, going to the outside part of third base, making it just that much more difficult for Kennedy Powell to apply that tag over at third base.
Two and two the count now to Breslin with Willers on deck. Chop to short, backing up on it is Dement, looking for the out at first. In time, run scores, and UConn has 2 runs in the inning. It's 17-3.
Smart play by KK Dement, too, to know what the score is, knowing that she doesn't have to worry about that run scoring over at third base. She just has to figure out a way to get it out. So she takes the long hop, throws it across to first base, gets out number 2, because her team still has a substantial lead. And after that ground ball, looks like Coach Ford coming out with a couple of words of encouragement out there to Sydney Lessentine.
Here's the freshman, Emma Willers, with 2 down here in the 5th for Connecticut. Willers 0 for 2 today. Inside for ball 1. Willers has some good power, showed it at the Big East tournament, hitting a couple of home runs, drove in 8 runs in the tournament. The 1-1. 1 and 2, and UConn's down to their final strike. A&M fans to their feet here at Davis Diamond. Another 1-2 pitch from Lessentine. Shot back up the middle. This is going to be trouble. Good play, though, to end the ball game as Dement throws out Willers. And Texas A&M wins it 17-3 in 5.
We saw a lot of bubbles and a lot of home runs from this Texas A&M team, but I think the tone was set early in the game by the pitching performance from the starter for Texas A&M, Sidney Peters, going out there with 7 strikeouts to be able to basically set the tone early and say, this is the way that we're going to play in this regional. We're not going to worry about last year. We're not going to worry about what happened in the SEC tournament, but it's a whole new season once these regionals start, and then the offense just took off from there. 14 combined hits for the Aggies, including those 5 home runs.
Time to take a look at today's Capital One rewarding performance. 5 home runs hit by Texas A&M, but they went back to back to back in the second inning.
It was Ariel Kowalewski getting things started with a grand slam, and then Kelsey Mathis driving this one oppo for back-to-back home runs, but they weren't finished there. KK Dement driving this one out to center field, back-to-back, including the catch out there beyond the wall. I still think he has that softball in his hand from that KK Dement home run, but a big win for the Aggies, 17-3 over the Huskies.
Looks like it's going to be a little bit later than 4:30 Eastern time for the matchup between the Southland Conference Tournament champions McNeese and the Big 12 Tournament champions Arizona State. Should be a good one. The winner of that game will take on Texas A&M tomorrow, 2 Central, 3 Eastern time. UConn not done. They'll play in our first elimination game against the loser of our next game. That'll come up tomorrow. 3 games coming up tomorrow. Still 1 game coming up today between McNeese and Arizona State. Game 1, no doubt, went to Texas A&M. They sent 19 to the plate in that second inning, scored 13 runs, en route to a 17-3 win. For Maddie Shipman and our crew, I'm Eric Freed. So long for now from Aggie Land. Let's get you to the 7-inning studio.
You're watching 7 Innings.